Well, it's an example where we have sine, cosine, and an inverse tangent. All right, well, let me give you the rules here for the inverse trig functions, which you may or may not know already. Sine inverse of x, the derivative is 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. And cosine inverse of x. The derivative is pretty much the same thing. Oops, didn't do that so well. It's -1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. And most importantly, for our cause here, tangent inverse. So the derivative is 1 over 1 plus x squared, no square root in the bottom. So, all right, so that's what we have. So we have, let me bring it on down. So here's our function. Let's bring it down. So we have fx. So these are the rules. Put this aside. So our function is f of x equals 5 sine x plus 7 cos x. And then, in fact, let me just change up the color for clarity. Um, Terms of x. All right. So how do we do the derivative? Well, the derivative, f prime, the derivative, is you have to realize first off, this is two functions of x multiplied. So we're going to have to use the product rule on this one because this is being multiplied by that. So that's the product rule, right? Because we have two functions of x. Remember the product rule, how that works? They gotta take turns. So if you have f times g, and you take the derivative, the f goes first, the g just sits there, plus then the f sits there, and it's the g's turn. That's the product rule. We're going to have to do that. All right, so first off, let's take the derivative of this guy. This will be a derivative of sine is cosine. Derivative of cosine is negative sine. So there's the derivative. And the tangent inverse just sits there, no change. Plus, because it's not his term. That making sense so far? Right? Remember, the derivative of all cofunctions is negative. So derivative of sine is cosine, cosine is negative sine. The second function just sits there because it's not his term. Plus, now the first function just sits there. So 5, as it, as it was in the beginning, right? I just took this function and it's no change, right? It's just sitting there. It's not, he already had his turn back here. And now it's time to do the derivative of the inverse tangent, which we have right there. So that's going to be, oops, it's going to be times 1 over 1 plus x squared. Okay, so can we clean that up very much? Hardly. I mean, that's basically the answer. All we're going to do is go, okay, well, this is 5 cosine x minus sine 7 sine x. First part's not going to change at all. This is tangent inverse, or you could say arctan. Same thing. See on the answer key, they said arctan, whatever. It's totally good either way. It's the same thing. Makes no difference. Plus, now these two I'm going to combine. So I'm going to go, look, he's over 1. So the cleanest thing to do there is just make that one nice fraction. So that'll be, I don't know if it's a nice fraction, but one fraction. 7, because that goes to the top, and the 1 plus x squared goes to the bottom, right? This just goes to the bottom, that goes to the top, and that's it. I mean, that's our answer. It really won't get any cleaner than that. And that's what you see that they said here on the answer key. So there we go.